And let me get this little presenter up. There isn't a delay. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, there it is. Just loading. Okay, perfect.
We're so used to things being instantaneous with
I
technology.
know. When it takes longer
How
than
dare you?
when it takes longer than 3 seconds, I'm freaking out. So, all right, let me move this over here. Okay, so this is our whole spring into summer class. And Brianna and I were talking about like different topics each month. So just keep in mind every Tuesday, the first Tuesday of each month, we'll cover a different topic. So if there's something specific that you would like us to highlight in one of our classes, just let us know. The hardest thing for us, I think, is to narrow it down to what we want to talk about, because as we sit and we talk, there's just the ideas just are flourishing and there's so many different things. So just be sure to let us know what you want to hear about. But as we're moving in, we are in spring season, believe it or not, but we want to prepare ourselves as we move into summer and make sure that we are continuing to stay healthy and take care of our bodies and nourish ourselves, even though as much as we're on vacation or traveling, sometimes it can be very easy to get out of your regular routine. But we'll share some of our best tips and tricks with you, just to be able to stay healthy again and stay on that good routine. So, Brianna, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, so my name is Bree. I am a health and wellness coach. I'm also a personal trainer. My background is more integrative health and wellness. So some traditional things you think of, like going to your primary care doctor every year, as well as some alternative holistic things, acupuncture, yoga, breath work, Reiki, whatever you want to bring in. So I work with clients and I'm kind of the central point of care. So I bring in, ideas and recommendations from other people that they're working with. And we really focus on goal setting, accountability, those sort of things. So really fun to partner with Kara and get her, extensive knowledge and background and talk about oils and also, just living a healthier, happier life and becoming a better version of ourselves.
Yeah, I love it. It's been so much fun to team up together. Many of you know me. I'm Kara Kading. I'm a horticulturist at Milligers. That's our family business. But I become really a natural solutions educator with doTERRA, helping people to just find natural ways to improve the quality of their life. So teaching classes all the time, but it's fun to be able to do this one together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just like Kara was saying, it's so hard to decide what we want to focus on because there's just so many different directions we can take this and a lot of great information to pass along. We were just saying it's hard to narrow it down. We could probably make this, several hours long. So this is kind of just an intro into some ideas, different habits and routines to build. But as always, please feel free to reach out to us. We'd be more than happy to talk with you specifically, figure out, what looks best for you. And maybe we have a couple other ideas we haven't mentioned here that might be applicable for you. So always reach out for more. But like I said, I focus more on the integrative coaching. This diagram here is probably new for most people, but it's the illness wellness continuum, and it helps you think about what direction you're facing. So, we could have pretty good awareness or education of what's, healthy and what's good for us to be doing. But if we're not actually practicing and applying those things, we might actually be facing the signs, symptoms, and disabilities. On the other hand, we could be having some signs and symptoms that things are a little bit off, but if we are working to educate ourselves and take steps to make these important changes, we're facing the high level wellness. So more important than what stage we're in is what we're actually doing and practicing and what direction we're facing. So hopefully tonight we all have some awareness, which is why we're here. We're going to get the education piece, and then we can put a lot of this stuff into practice. So the benefits of coaching and goal setting, we all have these great ideas and intentions, but how many times do you set New Year's resolutions and then a couple months later you totally forget, or maybe you hear a good idea from a friend or a podcast or read something online, but you don't actually make a goal of how to apply it and then check in with yourself, right? So it's helpful to have that third party person to come in and hold you accountable. A little bit different than a friend or family member, just because they haven't necessarily been trained in how to kind of coach and support you. Maybe they're a little too tough, or they give you that unconditional love that's maybe not the nudge forward you need. So again, helpful to have kind of a third party person come in and hold you accountable and walk you through what specifically looks good on your end. So as Kara and I were just kind of chatting before this started, we're kind of halfway between spring and summer. So it's a really good point now to start thinking of our summer goals and what we want to be working toward. So if we can start planning now, by the time that summer comes, we'll have a lot of this stuff in place and already be living these solutions. We're also kind of passing that daylight savings time. So by now we should have kind of adjusted to the change in daylight hours. We'll touch on that a little bit later, but really important to make sure as we are passing into a time of year we have more daylight, that our bodies are adjusting and we're supporting it how we can. Weather's also changing, so great time to, well, we've had some nice days, we've had some cold days, but I've heard that the weather should be warming up and here to stay, fingers crossed. So good time now to start planning more time outside, whether that's walking, spring and summer activities, yard work, those kind of things. And again, the habit change end of making plans and checking in with yourself to make sure you're on track to reach your goals.
So this kind of evolved into when we talked about kind of a routine that you could set in place. We thought we would highlight on something called biohacking. And this is really making incremental changes to your bodies, your diet, your lifestyle, to improve your health and well-being. And it's really natural things that you can do to work with your body, work with your system. And these are easy kind of tips and tricks of kind of things that you can layer on. So we might touch and talk about one thing tonight that will like really resonate with you. And you're like, oh, I could do that. I'm excited to do that. And work on getting that into your routine, and then do what we call habit stacking. So you're starting to build on that. Once you get that nailed down and you feel good about it, we can start to layer in another way to improve your routine. And improve the quality of your life. So sometimes, like maybe when you get finished with a class like this and you hear so many good things and you want to incorporate all of them, it's exciting, but it can be really overwhelming at the same time. So I think by kind of layering in, again, getting one nailed down, getting comfortable with it, and then moving on is so much more, I think, likable, so much more that you're actually, those routines are going to stick. Okay. So the first thing we can do when we talk about increasing our energy as we're moving into summer, we want to get active, we want to get moving. As much as we're trying to work with this spring weather, it can be a little bit challenging, especially the last couple of days. I was just up in Door County and was so looking forward to like going on a hike in the morning or something like that. But it was, and it was snowing, which isn't the worst, but it was just blowing winds. It was pretty brutal. So we chose to do some yoga instead, which, gives us another option. But as we're working and getting towards summer weather, there's a couple of great things that we can do to help to reduce that temporary inflammation. Tonight we're going to talk about improving the quality of your foods. So we all know that what we put in our body is definitely going to have a big impact on how we feel, right? From the inside out. This is how we fuel our body. This is how our body, like the nutrients that our body uses to be able to repair and nourish all of our systems. Daily movement is really important. So, and I always encourage it to be something different. Change it up. Keep the body guessing. Don't get stuck in a rut of like always going for a walk every single morning. Try to change it up. Even if you enjoy walking, I mean, I do. Change your pathway. Do something different, a little more adventurous, maybe just a different direction or something like that. Incorporating supplements into your routine. So even as much, and I'll talk about this in a little bit, but as much as we try to incorporate those good quality foods into our daily routine, it's just almost impossible to be able to get all the nutrients that we need. And a lot of it has to do with the fruits and vegetables that we're harvesting. The soil has been depleted of those nutrients over time, over decades. And so the apple that we're eating now does not have the same nutrient value that it was, many years ago. So making sure that we're getting that proper supplementation to make sure that our body is getting all the nutrients that it needs. Healthy mindset. I talk about this all the time in my classes of just how important it is to stay in that positive mood, or to be encouraging, to be kind to yourself, to do. I always find it's great in the morning to do some great journaling, to just stay in that right mindset. That doesn't mean it's not normal to just be happy and glowing all the time, but really to be able to have that healthy mindset so we can talk ourselves through those challenging times so that we can stay more stable. And getting that proper sleep, so getting good quality sleep, unassisted with any type of a supplement, so that our body is able to, again, have that good chunk of like 6 to 8 hours of sleep is what I'm recommending. But this is where your body can really do all of those repairs on your system, and being able to eliminate toxins, doing all the hard work for us while we're sleeping at night. Bree, do you want to say anything else
Yeah,
about
I was
that?
gonna say, when I approach a lot of these things, it's really what do I have to eliminate and what do I want to add? And I've shown a lot of you guys, I'll use this glass of water, right? This analogy where maybe we don't notice signs, symptoms, disease until the water glass is spilling over, right? But we don't want to be adding to it every day. We want to be taking out. And so if we can slowly reduce all the toxins and the inflammation and the junk that we're putting in our bodies, it makes it a lot easier. So we don't want that water glass to overflow. We want to be taking out and also make sure we're not adding in at the same time. So with a lot of these things, it's really figuring out, I think, what are your maybe 1, 2, 3 biggest factors here that are causing it. Maybe it's stress, maybe it's something that's not on here, but figure out what's causing a lot of this toxic buildup. And then these little things that you can slowly add and what you think is going to make the biggest difference. So like Kara mentioned, it's overwhelming to do it all at once, but pick 1 or 2 things. If we gradually do 1 thing a week, by the end of the year, that's 52 habits versus saying tomorrow I'm going to wake up and do 52 things. So we gradually get there, but think about what's really contributing to a lot of this inflammation and where's a good place to start for you.
Awesome. Do you want to tackle the circadian?
Yeah, I can start here. So circadian rhythm is really important. That's our internal body clock. And one of the important hormones that is associated with this is melatonin. So we've probably heard of melatonin supplements, but our body naturally makes this. And analogy that I like to use for this is the brake pedal on a car. So during the day, we're pushing fully on the brake, we're not moving, right? There's no melatonin being released. We're fully awake and ready to go. As the sun starts to go down, we slowly lift up our foot on the brake pedal and more melatonin comes through our bodies. That circulates for a while until the sun starts to come up, and then our foot goes back down on the brake and our body stops producing melatonin. It stops being released throughout our bodies and we have none during the day. So the best time to be, awake is the daylight hours. As the sun starts to go down, in theory, you're supposed to kind of wind down if you can, and then sleep until about sunrise and kind of naturally wake up with the sunrise. So a lot of things kind of throw it off. Big one is electronics, right? The screens, the blue light exposure around dusk, because it tells our bodies, oh, we're seeing that pseudo sunlight. It's not time for bed. Our bodies don't make this. So then we have trouble falling or staying asleep. And then similarly, if we get up and we don't expose ourselves to that sunlight, maybe we stay in a dark room or, we're playing on our phones in our room when the alarm goes off instead of getting out of bed, our body's kind of confused and it doesn't stop producing that melatonin. So we kind of feel more groggy. So really important to understand fundamentally how our bodies are working and how we can work with it. So we want to go to bed and get up ideally at the same time, but if you can try to keep it within an hour, even on the weekends, which is tough. That's the best to keep your body in that same rhythm. Again, kind of challenging around daylight savings time, but hopefully by now we've kind of adjusted into our summer routine now. So getting out within about an hour of waking up is best, again, for resetting that internal clock. So if you can get outside within 1 hour, even for just like 2, 5, 10 minutes, right? Just a little bit of time, get the sunlight on your skin. even if it's a little cloudy, you're still getting some amount. Being outside is better than sitting in front of a window, but again, sitting in front of a window is better than nothing. So kind of do what you can there. There's some alarm clocks that will, you can set it to a certain time and it gradually brightens. I think one's called the Hatch. Or you can maybe keep your curtains up a tiny little bit so the light starts to come through your room and kind of gradually wakes you up. Whatever's kind of realistic for you. And also thinking about essential oils that kind of work twofold. And Kara can touch on this more, but they will, certain oils, like mint will kind of start to naturally wake you up. But then your brain also associates that routine with waking up. So you have that twofold approach. And again, just builds into your normal routine.
Yeah, definitely. I love wild orange and peppermint together in the morning. It's just kind of ready to go in my diffuser. I'll turn it on, and that's a great way to naturally wake up. It's energizing, but it's not overstimulating. Gets me motivated, and I love to do a morning walk. And when I do that, I always recommend and tell people, don't wear sunglasses first thing in the morning. Let that light shine. Let it actually, I want to say, like, don't stare at the sun, obviously, but let it just kind of get into your eyes. And that light, early morning light, is magical for being able to really balance those melatonin levels. And the sunlight actually purifies your blood. So that early morning light is gentle enough. It's not going to be harsh. You're not going to be squinting out there, but it's really good for your body. And again, helping to set this circadian rhythm naturally is so important. I know we kind of went back and we're not sure who's going to take each one first.
So kind of similar to what we touched on, right? First thing when you wake up, right, wanting to get outside within that hour, maybe getting some stretching and walking, some kind of movement to get your body going for the day, because you've been laying vertically for how many hours, right? Your body needs to slowly wake up and, get limber. We can't just jump into things. Using the diffuser with the right oils that, are enjoyable for you, that help you wake up and reset for the day. Always recommend starting the day with some water. We'll kind of touch on that a little bit later, but I'd say at least half of your body weight in ounces, if not more. General rule. So again, you haven't drank water for 8+ hours maybe. So first thing I do when I get up, I go right downstairs, I fill up the water, and I drink probably 2 or 3 of these right away because I'm so thirsty. So getting some amount of water, and again, maybe like first half hour of being awake, and then really being cognizant too of your first meal, because again, you haven't eaten in how long, right? You want to break the fast with something healthy and nutritious to stable blood sugar levels throughout the day. So you want some amount of, you want a good protein source, fiber too, so that it's not a simple carb that's going to spike your blood sugar and then you're going to crash. So something that's going to sustain you, a little bit of healthy fat in there too. Always good too to think about, setting goals or intentions for the day. Maybe you're doing affirmations, but just taking some time to really reset and start the day on your own terms. So being proactive versus reactive. So if you can schedule maybe even an extra 15, 20+ minutes in the morning and establish some kind of routine here, some great places to start. Kind of play around with what feels good for you, but the more that you can build on that, the more your body will thank you.
If you're looking for more energy and trying to get motivated, maybe you've done the wild orange and peppermint, and you want to try something different. Again, I always recommend to keep the body guessing, change it up. One that I have been in love with lately is Motivate. And this is a blend. It is an aroma of, again, mint and citrus oils together. But I had to write all these down because I do not have this memorized. But there's peppermint in here and wild orange, 2 key ones that we've talked about. But there's also clementine, lemon, rosemary, coriander, basil, spearmint, lemongrass, tonka bean, cardamom, melissa, and vanilla. So it is power packed with incredible oils that help you not only to be encouraging to kind of get moving, get motivated, but it also helps with confidence and courage. So it comes in a rollerball form, which I think is really nice. This is anything in a rollerball form or says touch on it means that fractionated coconut oil has already been added to the rollerball. So it's ready to go, super easy. All my kids, I've put this in their sports bags. I've encouraged them, like with test taking and things like that, to be able to just have their motivate with them, to help them with that confidence and that courage, to be able to get through whatever challenge that they have. But I love it in the diffuser too. Like I said, there's so many oils in there. It's incredible, but that is one of my favorites right now. And then as Bree mentioned, like really drinking more water is so important. First thing in the morning is key. I know sometimes it can be tempting to, like my husband, God bless him, I love it, but he will always bring me my cup of coffee and put it on my nightstand. And he wakes up before I do. So like he's up, he makes the coffee, he's bringing it upstairs. But I always make myself drink a big, like this is my big glass. And I always make myself like drink that before I drink my coffee. We want to make sure that we hydrate before we're dehydrating. Because think about like when we're getting that good quality sleep and our body's doing all that repair and working on cleansing our organs, flushing out toxins, we want to make sure that we're drinking enough water so that we can actually release that out of our system, that we don't have those toxins stuck. So like Bree said, it's going to be half of your weight in ounces throughout the day. And it makes it really easy when we have so many wonderful citrus oils. All of these are incredible for being able to gently cleanse the body. So when we talk about cleansing the body, it's not some intense cleanse that you need to worry about, but this is just helping your body, just assisting it in being able to flush those toxins out safely. Lemon is one of my favorites. Of course, lime I'm in love with lately. Tangerine, grapefruit, wild orange. MetaPower is another citrus blend that I have in my water all the time for metabolic health. And it has grapefruit as its main citrus in it. But your water tastes great. I will even add it. We're doing like more, let me see if I can mute this. Like more mocktails and things like that. Sorry, let me see if I can. Hold on one second. I just want to mute. Okay, there we go. So where was I? Oh yeah. So any citrus oil like this is going to taste great. It can be in your water. It can be in a smoothie. It could be definitely be like in a cocktail, mocktail, anything like that. And sparkling water, anything, but they taste great. So change it up again, keep the body guessing.
So now we're thinking of the other end, right? So we talked about our morning routine, now thinking about going to sleep. Very common issue for a lot of people. Think about how many times you can't fall or stay asleep. So I like to think of sleep routine and sleep environment. So in terms of sleep environment, we want to make sure we're sleeping in between a certain temperature range. So for anyone that wants to take a guess, put it in the chat. What do you think is the optimal temperature range to sleep in? I'll give you guys a second to take your guesses. I've probably mentioned it before, so hopefully some of you know. So there's an ideal range that we want to sleep in. Harder in the winter. It's a lot easier in the summer to turn the temp down. Let's see. Yeah, all the guesses are within the range. So yep, that's still correct. The ideal range is 60 to 67 degrees Fahrenheit. So if that seems chilly,
Sure.
I mean, throw on more blankets, a weighted blanket, something like that. But your body already tries to control a certain core temperature when you're sleeping. So if you're outside that range, your body's kind of fighting that, and it can't really unwind and relax and restore. So you're not getting as good quality sleep. So again, sleep environment, that correct temperature range. We want to be sleeping in complete darkness. So I said, maybe you open your blinds a little bit to let some of the light in. Make sure that you don't have street lights or other things that are kind of disrupting sleep. As long as you can open it and there's nothing outside and it's totally pitch black, that's great. Otherwise, blackout curtains are awesome. If you're okay waking up around the time that the sun rises, it might not be the biggest deal, but you just want to make sure your room's dark when you're going to sleep, including, lights from electronics, that kind of thing. I would highly encourage putting your phone or, whatever you have in there outside the room. As crazy as this sounds, I actually took the TV out of the bedroom. So if we want to watch TV or do something, it's not in the room. Once we go in the bedroom, it's just sleeping. So your body associates that room with one thing. So thinking about that environment, right? Quiet, dark, good temperature. And then also the wind down routine. So that signals to your body, okay, we're shutting things down for the day. Everything can wait till tomorrow. I like having an air purifier because it improves air quality. Also is that nice kind of background noise too, to cover up sounds. I'm a pretty light sleeper, and that kind of zones out any noises from like the house or the dog or something I might hear while I'm sleeping. So that's a good idea too. Love having my little diffuser next to the bed. So I like doing a lavender blend. I'll kind of read and unwind. So I'd highly recommend, again, a scent that's calming, but your brain also associates that with time to go to bed. So as much as we can stack this routine, the better. There's certain yoga poses or stretches that you can do that promote circulation and help you unwind and get ready for sleep. So that can be helpful. Along with that, certain types of breath work where you are holding and breathing out for longer than you're breathing in. That helps you relax. Would highly recommend different types of meditation too, if you're finding it hard to fall or stay asleep. People also like doing different types of journaling, like a brain dump, right? Or these are the last thoughts that are circling through my head that I don't want to forget. So jotting some of those down, maybe, recapping your day, doing some kind of gratitude, things like that can be beneficial too. And then really, really important, like I said earlier, no light, screens, devices of any kind. You might think, oh, I'm just going to quick check. Even just, 30 seconds to a minute can throw off your body, making that melatonin. And like I said, melatonin acts like a hormone in your body. So it does more than just sleep. I mean, it's really, really important, and we want to respect that. So if we can eliminate devices, I would say 2 to 3 hours before bed. If you absolutely can't, throw on a pair of blue light glasses. They're really not expensive. But if we can avoid it, think about, again, what are we going to replace that with? Are we going to read? Are we going to journal? Are we going to, maybe spend some quality time with our partner and just have a conversation, or, pet our dog and hang out and unwind? So we want to reduce these exposures and replace them with something that's positive that we can stack and build this healthy sleep time routine.
I love it. That's so challenging to do because I'm working on getting my phone off of my nightstand because it's something that I just grab, and when I first wake up in the morning, I want to play my Wordle. So I'm trying to I'm putting it downstairs so I don't keep looking at it. I make sure that I get ready, get moving before I just grab my phone and start, just staring at it in bed. So it's made big changes.
It's hard. I'm not saying I do all this to a T or that it's easy, but I also find that I try to charge my phone outside the room so it's not there. And then when the alarm goes off, you have to get up and go get it. So you can't snooze it or check Facebook right away or text or whatever. It actually gets you out of bed, and it kind of reduces that temptation there. So it kind of makes the other habits easier once you get your butt out and you get moving.
Yes, definitely.
So I'm thinking of ways to support sleep. A lot of these food recommendations, they boost serotonin, which makes melatonin. Like I said, melatonin acts like a hormone. So we really don't want to supplement if we can avoid it, just because it throws off our own body's ability to make melatonin. If you're doing it once in a while, like you're traveling and you're going across a couple time zones, yes, that can help adjust when you get there and then when you get back. But if it's becoming a repeated thing, not the best. I'd highly recommend using magnesium glycinate instead. So there's tons of different types. Make sure you get glycinate. Otherwise, you might be, helping your body in another way, but not sleep wise. So the recommended dose is roughly 400 milligrams. Again, it kind of depends on the person, but taking that before bed really helps you calm down and unwind. It's not habit forming or addictive, doesn't, offset your body making it naturally. Most people are kind of deficient in magnesium anyway, and it does hundreds of things throughout the body. So that's a great one to add to before bed. But also, again, just eating the right things so our body can take the nutrients from the food and do what it normally needs to do. Unfortunately, like Kara was saying, our foods just aren't as nutrient dense anymore, and our body doesn't have the best ability to absorb all of it. So if you're taking things in supplement form, it might only be absorbing like 20%. So maybe you're getting a good diet, you're getting some from the diet, you should definitely supplement. And if you can, kind of test your levels. But it's not overkill. It's not overdoing it. We definitely need more than we're getting. So I'd say start with eating the right things, supplement when you need to, and then also look into other health related practices that can kind of benefit this too. I guess one last disclaimer. I would say don't eat everything on this list and then try to go to bed. If we go to bed pretty full, our body's trying to digest food and it can't, again, unwind and do some of the restorative processes it does. So I would say try to avoid eating 2 to 3 hours before bed. If you're a little bit hungry or you want to take a supplement or, maybe have like a little bite of dark chocolate before bed, because that does have magnesium. You can have a little bit. I would just say don't go to bed really full and kind of develop that bad habit.
Yeah, and I think it's really important for people to know, like, if you get in a routine of taking a melatonin supplement every single night, it does, like we said, confuses your body where you aren't, because your body thinks that you have that melatonin now, it actually stops producing the melatonin. So we don't want to be dependent on something like that, something that we can do naturally. Or even cedar wood is a great essential oil to diffuse or to apply. It helps our body to naturally produce that melatonin again. So if you're coming off of a melatonin supplement, definitely incorporate some cedar wood into your daily routine, because it will help your body to start to be able to naturally produce that melatonin.
Mhm.
Oh man, well, we've talked about these. Like,
If
as
you
soon
aren't convinced, you should be now. No screens.
yeah, as soon as you're done with the Zoom call, no more screens tonight. This is it. So, and I always find getting some good books on my nightstand, now that I have put my phone off of my nightstand and I'm weaning myself off of that addiction, having some good books available, something I always have a great one to journal in, that I've got that space, and then an easy read, something that maybe not be too in depth, and then some sort of like a self-development book, because it just depends kind of on your mood, but being able to have something readily available. Those blue light blocking glasses do work really, really well. And again, like Bree said, they're very affordable. I don't know, I think I got like a 3-pack of them at TJ Maxx for maybe $10. So super affordable. But that will make a big difference on, again, helping your body to naturally be able to calm down.
Mhm, mhm. Exercise is great for sleep too, because we get the energy out, we get our body moving, the blood flowing. I mean, again, a ton of great benefits of exercise. We just want to make sure we're not doing it right before bed, because well, we're in the wrong mode. So when we're exercising, we're in that fight or flight, which is a good thing to be temporarily, but when we're going to bed, we want to be in that rest and digest parasympathetic nervous system response. So if we can get exercise done, ideally like first half-ish of the day, or maybe, you're doing it after work, that's totally fine. Just doing some more slow restorative type of things like yoga, stretching, that kind of thing before bed is best. So if we can start with some kind of movement like walking, stretching, that sort of thing, maybe build in cardio, strength training, things like that throughout the day, and then slowly wind down and do something restorative before bed.
And I find I'm so much better if I get my workout done in the morning, like you said, that one that's a little bit more active, maybe it's running, walking, something like that. When I get it done in the morning, I feel so much more energized and my whole mood is different throughout the day. But having it done in the morning, I'm just like, okay, that's done. I don't have to, it's not like on my mind all day long at work of like wondering, like, am I going to go? Do I really feel like it? It's so
Yep.
easy to talk yourself out of it throughout the day. You're like, oh, but wait, don't I have to go to the grocery store or something like that? So getting it done, waking up, getting out of bed, getting moving, is so good for you.
So on this note, this month I'm doing a fun little challenge around movement. So week by week, we'll focus on a couple different areas. We're starting first thing with walking, like we've kind of talked about, but really figuring out how to build it into your routine so that it's not stressful or something you feel like you have to do, but something that you truly enjoy, that you look forward to, and again, works in your routine to benefit you and improve your overall day. So trying to get in that walk within like the first hour of being awake. Next week, we're going to focus on active hobbies, even doing yard work now as it starts to warm up. Fun things that you enjoy, that you look forward to, because it's a lot easier to build habits around things we want to do. So thinking about, things that you enjoy, or maybe you have hobbies that you can incorporate movement into. So starting there, From there, we will talk about consistency and variety. So adding in different things like strength training, because that has certain benefits versus, some types of cardio. Great to do more restorative types of activity too, because that has its own set of benefits. So we wanted to be, have variety there, challenge your body, mix it up a little bit, but most importantly, have that consistency. So we'd rather do something once or twice a week that we know we can do than say, I'm going to exercise every single day and then fall short. And then you have that kind of all or nothing thinking. So really working with you to figure out what's realistic on your end. For the advanced option, actually writing a training plan for the intro, just thinking about goal setting and how to break that down. But really wanted to offer some options to people, again, as weather's starting to warm up, as some activities are taking place. I know we get some like late spring, early summer sports going on, so now is a great time to start thinking about what we want to build toward in the summer and getting those habits and goals set now.
I love it. And just having that little extra bit of support and, like you said, that accountability of just making sure that it's getting done is so helpful.
I mean, I'm even more accountable when I tell other people, and I'm a coach, right? I totally know how it works, but you have to say it out loud and check in with someone. You're a lot more likely to get it done. I don't know how many times I have clients that said, like, I knew you were going to call me today. And so I went and, I did the thing, or I heard your voice in my head. So it just helps to have that check-in, and also tailored to what works for you. We get ideas and recommendations from our friends of like, oh, I'm doing this, and maybe it sounds good and it works for them, but it's not quite a good fit for you. So really important to think about what's realistic, what's enjoyable, and build a routine that is best for you.
Yeah, I love that you said what's enjoyable, because there's no fun in going out and exercising and moving your body into something that you despise or that you don't enjoy. So definitely have it be something that you enjoy to do, because there's so many different options out there.
And arguably, if we're stressed and miserable the whole time, it's not great for our bodies anyway, because we're increasing the cortisol. So we have to do something that we truly enjoy. You're right.
Yeah, and speaking of working out, so when we're moving our body, or not even necessarily working out, but like Bree mentioned, of gardening and being outside, and maybe different activities that we're not used to doing. Or for me, the first time I get out in my garden, I always tend to overdo it because there's so much that needs to be done. And so one of our most supportive oils for this is Deep Blue. It comes as an oil itself. It also comes in a rub, which looks like this. And then there's also a stick. But what I love about this, and you can throw it in the chat if you've ever tried Deep Blue, or what it's done for you, or your favorite, activity that it's been really supportive with. But I find that the magic in it is the fact that it actually heals and repairs the muscles, the tendons, the tissues. So instead of just covering up the symptom and taking like the pain away, it's actually repairing the body. So we have some really powerful oils in here for your overall cellular support. There's helichrysum and osmanthus in here to help to reduce the inflammation. Blue tansy is an incredible oil, and blue chamomile. And then to help to soothe aches or discomforts, wintergreen is really nature's aspirin. Camphor and peppermint are in here. So again, we're really focusing on being able to heal and repair the body. So that's what the rub looks like. Again, it is like a cream, and all you need is just a tiny pea-sized amount. So with doTERRA, as you may know, a little bit goes a long way. I love the stick because it's just kind of looks like a deodorant. And so you just take the top off and it's ready to apply. You don't have to put it on your hands or anything like that. So it's really good for like sports activities, or even for like muscle tension if you've been driving for a long time, or just sitting at a desk working at a computer. It is incredible. So this has that deep blue oil in it, but it also has copaiba oil in it, which is very powerful for any kind of pain or inflammation. And it just has that cooling sensation. And it's, again, super easy to apply. So for all of my kids, this is the one that's in their gym bag because they don't have to worry about ever getting it on their hands. I love them both. And I like to just, again, change it up, do something different. But the stick is even great, and it's super easy to apply. I had kind of like a tension headache yesterday on the way home. And so I just took one swipe right over my forehead like that. And it just has that cooling sensation with the peppermint and the wintergreen in it. And it felt incredible almost instantly.
Throw it in the chat, guys. What do you prefer? It's
Yeah.
interesting because if you look at the mechanism of action, so how both of those, are working and helping your bodies, they work kind of similarly, but they also have their own range of benefits. So if we can do both, that's awesome. But yeah, let us know which ones you guys prefer.
I love yesterday morning I did hot yoga and that is like my new absolute favorite thing. It feels so good. I mean, I love yoga in general, but that hot yoga, I mean, you can just really feel that detoxification, that cleansing is so powerful. So for me, I love them both. I love to change it up. I love, of course, exercising, moving my body, but a sauna is also so restorative to me where again you can feel that those toxins kind of flushing out of your system.
And there's some days where you're like, I'm not feeling a workout, I'm a little tired, but I'll go sit in the
Yeah,
sauna.
I can go sit in a sauna. That's
I
that's a
would say if you can, you try to space them out a little bit, um, depending on your exercise goals. But ideally, you space them out. I know some people. You're at the gym, they have a sauna. It's either then or never, so not the end of the world. But if you can, try to space them out.
yeah.
So prebiotics. I'm sure we've also heard of probiotics, postbiotics, right? Lot of words, a lot of attention recently as to kind of gut health and how that links to overall health. But um, prebiotics feed the probiotics, the gut bacteria. And so think of a lot of these foods, right? They have an outer layer, that fibrous source. So we don't want to peel the apple. We don't want to take away that extra source of fiber. But all the fiber is what's feeding the bacteria, the healthy bacteria, which helps crowd out the unhealthy or harmful pathogens. So you can take prebiotics. You can also eat foods that are naturally prebiotic. Also highly recommend a probiotic. I have to be really careful with my words here. Taking a probiotic. Usually you take that before food, and then when you eat it, it is able to kind of break that down. Want to make sure that the probiotic you're taking can actually get all the way through your gut. A lot of them are kind of killed off early on and they don't make it all the way down and benefit. So soil-based probiotics are helpful. Kara in a sec can talk to doTERRA's options, but great to mix it up and see what you can get from your food. But also, again, there's so many different strains and they all do different things that I say, we want to mix it up, vary it, take a supplement. It does more than just kind of regulate bowel movement. So people think like, oh, I'm regular, I don't need it. Just because you're going to the bathroom regularly doesn't mean that you have a healthy balance. So always good to supplement and focus on establishing that good equilibrium because it has whole body effects.
Yeah. So the one that we always recommend and love is doTERRA has two different options. Okay. So one is called PB Assist and one is PB Assist Junior. And even though it says junior and it's, kind of geared towards kids because it's great for anyone who has difficulty swallowing pills. So it's just like it looks like almost like a little pixie stick, but it's super easy to take. The PB Assist is incredible because it is a pre and probiotic. So, like we mentioned about how sometimes a lot of probiotics that you're taking, the stomach acidity actually like breaks it down before it can actually get into the gut, and you can benefit from that healthy microflora. So, our PB Assist is a prebiotic and probiotic. So it's double encapsulated. So it starts going to work in the stomach first. And then again, as that stomach acidity starts to break it down, it has the double capsule. So it's able to make it into the intestines to be able to have that healthy microflora. So Lots of great strains there, 6 different strains of probiotic microorganisms there. And then again, like she mentioned, it's great to change it up. So we want to not always be stuck with the same ones. So this PB Assist, I take one of these at night, and I do that for about 2 weeks. And then I'll kind of lay off of it and then jump over to the PB Assist Junior because we're getting different strains here. There are 5 billion live cells of a blend of 6 different strains in this PB Assist Junior. So even though it says Junior, don't think it's like just for kids. I always have these in my backpack and always have them available for the kids too. My daughters love it. It has really helped even with clarifying and cleaning up their skin. So their skin is much healthier.
It's interesting how much is connected to our gut health, stuff that you wouldn't even consider, right? Like 90% of our serotonin is made in the gut. So mental health, cognition, skin, immune system, again, a lot more than just, yeah, I go to the bathroom once a day, so I'm healthy, so I don't need it, right? So um, always good to supplement, hard to overdo it in that area. And like
Yeah.
Kara said, great options, very easy to add into your routine.
And when we talk about proper supplementation, our lifelong vitality system that we have with doTERRA is incredible. It is our #1 most reordered product because it has, first of all, a 30-day money back guarantee. So if you don't have more energy during the day, better sleep at night, less aches and pains throughout the day, and better mood management, you can return the empty bottles after 30 days. So you get it's a trio, the lifelong vitality, and so it's a wonderful supplementation. The Microplex VMZ, this food nutrient complex, it's a whole food supplement, and that's really important because our body is actually able to absorb and metabolize it 100%. So there's a lot of supplements on the market that say that they encompass like everything that you need in one day, and it's in this tiny little pill. Actually, sometimes it's pretty big. I'm like, ooh, I don't know. But those are so hard for our body to break down and digest. And a lot of that just gets passed through our system, and we're not even absorbing the nutrients. But this is a whole food supplement, which means that our body can absorb it. So you're getting 12 servings of your fruits and vegetables with the Microplex. Your E omegas, this is your omega 3, 6, and 9s, which is really important for your brain and your heart health. And then the alpha CRS has powerful antioxidants and essential oils in there. So you can see here everything that's in it and how helpful it is. So again, the omegas are really important for your mental clarity, your brain, your heart function. There's some just incredible things in here, like the ginkgo biloba. You get the pomegranate, the grape seeds, milk thistle, all sorts of great stuff. This boswellia, that's frankincense. It's going to be super helpful for the body. Your omegas, this is your powerful antioxidants, but you're also getting clove and frankincense, thyme, cumin, wild orange, peppermint, ginger, caraway, and German chamomile in here. And then that Microplex that has those 22 bioavailable essential vitamins and your minerals, helping to eliminate those free radicals and really powerful antioxidants that are going to be so helpful for you. There's even kale and dandelion, parsley, kelp, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, spinach. There is so much goodness in here. And I always tell people, like, if I was sent away on a deserted island and I could only have one doTERRA product, which would be really hard for me. If you know me, I talk about doTERRA all the time, but it would definitely be lifelong vitality. It is my favorite thing and something that I've just noticed. And both my husband and I feel really strongly about it, of how different we feel when we take it. So we make sure that we always have it available. A great energy protocol is, first of all, taking your lifelong vitality pack. Again, this is a trio supplement system. You take it in the morning and in the evening. Mito 2 Max is a supplement that you can actually, when you purchase lifelong vitality, you can get this at an even deeper discount. The Mito Max is great for energy and stamina, also helping with adrenal fatigue. So for me, in the springtime at Milligers, I'm running around in the greenhouses working 7 days a week, sometimes 12 to 15 hours a day. It gets pretty intense. So I always have Mitomax to be able to, again, help to protect against that adrenal fatigue and breakdown. It's super supportive without having that feeling of, I don't even know. I don't know if I've had an energy drink since like college, but in any case, it doesn't have that jittery feeling or a caffeinated feeling to it at all. You can do some drops of peppermint or cardamom in a veggie cap if you need to, or even rubbing those together and smelling and taking them in is going to be naturally energizing. Again, diffusing those citrus oils, pick any one of your choice, whichever one is a kind of appealing to you at that time. And then diluting rosemary with some fractionated coconut oil. You can put that on the spine and the bottoms of your feet. So that will help with that natural energy. Think of your spine as your information highway. So if we're putting our oils there, putting your rosemary there, it's going to communicate with our body, and our body will really know where we need it most. And bottoms of your feet, this is a great place to put your oils because, well, a couple of different reasons. So our pores are larger on our feet, so we're able to absorb the oils a little bit better. And our feet aren't as sensitive as other areas of our body, so it's really easy to apply. And then you think about reflexology and all the different connections of the way the bottoms of our feet connect with our systems. So I don't have all of that memorized, but I know if I get rosemary and I just kind of do my entire foot and massage it in, it will get where it needs to go and have a big impact.
I would say
Oh,
one quick
go
thing to
ahead.
add too, were you gonna talk about quality?
Go ahead.
Is you wanna make sure that what you're taking is actually tested. There have been studies and it's frightening to see there's some supplements that were tested that had literally none of what they said was in it, and it was all just filler and other things. So if you think, oh, I could get, this thing from Walmart for cheaper, yes, you can, but are you truly going to get, what you think you're getting, or are you going to get something totally random, right? Also, I've heard that ordering on Amazon, things sit for a while. And so you don't know, has it been distorted through light, temperature, that kind of thing, not as effective. Could also make it unstable and have, adverse effects in your body. So all of doTERRA's products are third-party tested. So you are buying exactly what you think you're getting, and you're getting a quality that's therapeutic and healthy for you.
Yeah, exactly. Good point. I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah, I have people that are like, oh, it's expensive. I'm like, but do you actually want to get what you think you're getting?
Right, exactly. And I find that you get a lot of bang for your buck because of the purity and the potency of doTERRA. 1 to 2 drops of our oils per application is all you need. So nothing's been diluted, nothing's been added, nothing's been taken away. When you're looking at a bottle of peppermint, it's going to be 100% pure peppermint oil. There's no joking around.
Mhm.
Another great supplement that I'm really happy that I've incorporated into my routine is our bone nutrient complex. So again, as you're moving your body, especially if you're focusing on like strength training, we want to make sure that we're protecting our bones and our muscles. This has helped me a ton, even just with like healthy movement, but then even just with my hair, my skin, my nails. And my husband takes it too. So even though it says like doTERRA women on it, he was like, we always, take our lifelong vitality at night, and I like will like put it in his hand, and he's like, well, what are those other ones you have? And I said, well, that's like a women's bone nutrient complex. And he's like, can I have some of those? So he actually likes them and enjoys taking them too. So again, we're focusing on those healthy bones so that we can stay active, that we're less likely to have like a fracture or breakdown. This has the calcium and the magnesium, plus vitamin D2 and D3, and this helps for better calcium absorption. So it's helping us to absorb those nutrients better. Oh, and then my favorite, if you know me, I talk about this daily, but our collagen system with doTERRA. So a lot of people I probably are talking about collagen, or if you may probably see it in your Facebook feed about collagen. There's so many different collagens on the market right now because people are really conscious and aware of wanting to improve their hair, their skin, their nails, making sure we have that healthy glow, looking for anti-aging tools, right? And so collagen, I guess, this is the most readily protein in our body. It's again very good for your hair, your skin, your nails. But ours is actually, we have 9 different types of collagen in here. And so it's going to be beneficial for so many different things. So it's not only just hair, skin, and nails, but it's also really focusing on reducing inflammation, helping with your joints, your connective tissues, even your immune system, your digestive system, your cognitive ability, so many wonderful things. So this is something that is just a daily routine for me. Super easy to do. It comes in a little sachet, and you just mix it with cold water, shake it up, drink it. You can take it any time of day. Everybody is a little bit different. For me, I mean, I have a lot of people that love to just take it first thing in the morning. That's part of their routine. My husband and I like to take it more in the evening. So we'll take it like after dinner, something like that. But I find that it actually helps me even to sleep better. So again, we're getting 9 different types of collagen here. Most of collagen that you see on the market is only going to be 1 or 2 types of different types of collagen. We have 9 different types. And it's going to be 12 times more bioavailable than any other collagen on the market. So you're going to really get it absorbed into your system really well. Again, as we're talking about collagen, this is really the glue of the body. It's found in our muscles, our blood vessels, our bones, our skins, our skins, our skin, and our digestive system. For joints and muscles, it's going to help to increase mobility of the joints and support your lean muscle mass. For hair and nails, it's going to be great to strengthen and promote that healthy hair and nails. For your skin, it's going to support that skin elasticity. So it's kind of going to bring that bounce back to our skin and reducing wrinkles. And then again, as we focus on our gut health, we're helping to boost our metabolism performance and your healthy digestion. So the MetaPower not only has just the collagen in it, but it also has some other really important ingredients, not only for anti-aging. So like resveratrol is in here, hyaluronic acid is in here. This is really good for anti-aging. But liposomic vitamin C is in here. So this is going to help us to actually absorb more collagen. And then we have NADH, NMN. These are actually energy molecules that help with cellular integrity. So we're helping to keep our cells healthy and intact. So there's a lot, again, a lot of bang for our buck when you think about what all of the ingredients are in here in this one sachet. It's been pretty powerful. And you can throw it in the chat if you're taking MetaPower right now or the effects that you've been feeling from it. For me, I definitely notice an increase in energy. My skin is much healthier. My hair is much healthier. My skin is much more toned. So just even the muscles have much more definition and tone to them. I find that I'm just in a better mood, like a much more stable mood. And I'm sleeping really well at night. So all the good things. I'm loving it.
And your body actually starts to, sorry, last thing, your body starting at age 20, really picking up at 30, it just naturally produces less collagen every year. There's nothing we can do about it, unfortunately. So it is really great to supplement to make sure you're getting what you need. Very hard to overdo it. You can kind of get it in food, but this supplement is a really bioavailable way of taking it. So, you know, it's not wasted. I've actually talked to doctors, and I have friends who have medical grade supplement companies. So you can't buy it on the market, right? They're prescribing it. There's more collagen in doTERRA's product than the medical grade supplements that are being prescribed, which means that you're spending a lot more for these things and you're getting a lot less. So this truly is incredible product and should be really considered to build into your daily routine.
Yeah, I look so forward to it. Like my body is just excited. It's just like, oh, it's collagen time. So we
Yes.
absolutely love it. We have something new and fun that came out. So as we're talking into summer, it was really hard for me to not talk about our sun care line. So last summer, our sun care line came out, and we've got a great system here. So we've got great stuff: a spray, a cream, a stick. They're all vegan friendly, they're reef safe, they're water resistant. We have our essential oils in here, but we just came out with this awesome face cream. So it has an SPF of 28. It's nice and lightweight. It doesn't have that white cast to it. Like, I don't know about you, but like I I want to do something natural, but I don't like the white pasty look on my face. So this doesn't have that white cast. It absorbs very quickly. We've got some great nourishing ingredients in here, like vitamin E or grapeseed oil. We're also, protecting against those harmful rays and even blue light emitting screens. So we're protecting our face from the blue light of your computer, your cell phone, all of those things. We have, of course, it doesn't have any of the toxins that we're always focusing on eliminating, but we have really powerful ingredients in here that are great for our skin. So frankincense, helichrysum, magnolia, ylang ylang, lemongrass. All of these are going to be super nourishing and even just helping to brighten the skin, helping with reducing wrinkles, anti-aging. I'm so excited for it. I haven't tried it yet, but I ordered it. I cannot wait. It will be here on Friday, so I can't wait to check it out. Okay, so as we're winding down, we've highlighted some things. If you don't have doTERRA in your life, or even if you are already here on this call and you're looking for, and you have a doTERRA account, you know what it's like to be able to get that 25% off of the retail pricing. It is such an amazing perk of having a membership with doTERRA. You can order what you want, when you want, whenever you want. We do have an amazing rewards program. So if you are ordering monthly, you get an awesome support and kickback with doTERRA because you can actually earn points on every purchase. But we have some kind of great ways for you to be able to get started. Or even if, like I said, if you have your account, you can even order some of these little sets. So this is the Simple Solutions Kit that has that deep blue rub that we talked about. It also has lemon, which is going to be a great cleanser. On Guard, which we didn't get to talk about tonight, but this is a wonderful for your immune support. And Serenity, this is so great for sleep. This is one you can put in the diffuser. You can apply it topically. You can put it on your bed sheets, anything like that to help with sleep. So this kind of really is a great kind of little intro to doTERRA, and any purchase that you make, it will include your wholesale account. Healthy Habits Kit. These are my two favorite kits right now. So Healthy Habits is one that covers and has that supplement system that we talked about. It has the PB Assist. It has some of our key essential oils. It has tangerine, lavender, frankincense, balance, and On Guard in here, plus that deep blue rub. And then our Meta Power Kit. And this is, again, one of my favorites because this is for if you feel like you have that sluggish metabolism, if you need a metabolic reset. This helps with that indigestion. It helps with sleep. It helps with the sore joints and muscles, any sagging skin or low energy, poor circulation, hunger cravings, wrinkles, hair loss, glucose spikes. It has everything in it in the kit for you to be able to really make over your metabolism and to be able to get running. So that one's $179. This one here, the Healthy Habits, is $195. And you can also customize it. So you can really pick a la carte. So if you want to get started, you could pick a box of collagen and you could pick the Lifelong Vitality. I have a lot of people that are starting off that way and just really loving that. Again, getting that routine underway and then starting to incorporate. Remember that you have a wholesale account, so you can order whatever you want. But for this week only, this ends on Friday, we have some amazing new customer freebies. And so if you are placing an order over 100 PV, you get a free full-size bottle of Adaptive. This is our calming blend. This is one I absolutely love, helping to calm the body down, but also to stay focused. And then if it's a 150 PV order, you can get a free diffuser. So you get the Adaptive and the diffuser. And if it's a 200 PV order, PV means product value, you'll get the Adaptive, you'll get the diffuser, you'll get a little 5 ml of frankincense, you'll get a bottle of Citrus Bliss, which is our invigorating blend. And then we have a special bonus this month. And this actually is for any customer that places a 200 PV order. So if you already have your account and you're going to place an order this month, you can get a free bottle of Copaiba and Copaiba capsules. So I mentioned Copaiba a little bit earlier before, and this is something where is really, really good for pain and inflammation. It's also really good for the skin. I will put some drops of Copaiba in my oil or in my water take the oil, put it in your water after a workout. So it really helps with muscle recovery. And the capsules are really great to take for pain and inflammation. So my son actually loves this. He takes the Copaiba soft gels. He has a condition called internal spina bifida, where like his bones didn't completely connect in the bottom of his spine. And there isn't anything we can do for it except for going to a chiropractor and putting oils on his back. And the Copaiba soft gels in the last 6 months have just remarkably helped him so much. So he doesn't have that chronic pain in his lower back anymore from taking the soft gels. So it's something that we are never without. And I'm so glad that any customer can get that for free this month. And then the last thing I really want to share with you is a wonderful program that we have for our customers. So if you're on this call tonight and you are a customer and you're watching this and you're like, oh my gosh, I wish Susie Q was on this call. She would love some cedar wood. She'd love a deep blue rub, maybe a Serenity, whatever, or the Copaiba soft gels. You can actually send her your referral link and she will get that 25% off of the retail, just like you do. And you get 20% back in doTERRA dollars. So it's super easy. It will just show up where your credit card is on your account, and you can cash it in on anything, on your products, on your shipping, renewing your membership, whatever it may be. It's just like cash. There is no limit on it whatsoever. And what I love is that you can share your referral link to your friends, and there's no requirement on anybody. You don't have to do this X amount of times to be able to take advantage of it. Your friend doesn't have to spend a certain amount to be able to get the discount. Like, it's incredible. So they get a free membership with your link. They get free shipping if it's over that 100 PV. And again, they get that free Pebble diffuser if it's over 150 PV. And then we do the education and support. So don't feel like, oh my gosh, wait a minute, I don't know. Am I supposed to take care of this person? What am I supposed to do? Don't worry, they get folded into our community of education and support. But this is a new program that just came out last month. And I just want to make sure that everyone knows how incredible it is that we can be able to share with our friends. And it's a win-win-win. All right, let me stop sharing and see if anyone has any questions. Or is there anything else, Bree, that you wanted to mention?
I think we covered a lot tonight. Don't want to overwhelm either, but like I kind of mentioned in the beginning, we'll follow up from here. But if you guys have any specific questions, we're more than happy to work with you and make sure you have everything answered, have a good plan going forward. So this is a lot of info. Hopefully a couple things stuck, or maybe you have like 15 ideas that you want to start. Again, kind of go ease into it, but hopefully some ideas to think about as we transition into summer, so that we can have a really enjoyable time and be living a little bit better quality life.
Yes, definitely.
Baby steps.
Do you want to throw your email in the chat?
Absolutely, yeah. And also send it out in the follow-up too, but
just in case they want to connect with you for the whole May. Oh, you know what? There was a question. Maybe you got to it. I don't know. But Kathy asked about, have you ever heard of this? Because I haven't, but a hard-boiled egg before sleep.
yes, yeah, I responded.
Oh,
So
you did? Okay.
yeah, doing so protein before bed is great because we're not eating anything throughout the night. So it is really good for rebuilding and repairing muscles. Also great to have a little bit of fat in there, which, eggs have that healthy fat, and that'll help stabilize blood sugar. Sometimes people wake up in the middle of the night just because they're hungry. And if you're eating more processed sugary foods throughout the day and you're kind of having that spike, your body's like, what the heck is going on in the middle of the night? So it can help. Yes, we want to clean up our diet, but to get started, it can help to have a little healthy fats before you go to bed. So there's something for your body to digest. Again, I wouldn't say 15 eggs, but an egg, so that we're not starving. It can be helpful.
That's a great idea. I'm a huge fan. All right, sounds good. Well, thank you everyone for being on. Again, tune in on the first Tuesday of every month, 7 p.m. We will be here. And if you want to share anything with us that you'd like us to make sure that we cover or discuss, just let us know. And the options are endless. And it's a lot of fun doing this. So
Yeah,
Thank
I,
you.
I always look forward to it. Again, we could do this for hours. We probably have a laundry list of things that we want to talk about, so we'll get there. But if there's something that really jumps out at you, or if you have any specific questions, do not hesitate. We love this stuff. We talk about it for fun. We get excited about it. We do it on the weekends in our free time. So we're more than happy to share and connect with you guys.
All right, sounds good. Have a great night, guys.
Take care, guys. Thank you all. Bye.